In this section, we will explore 3 important questions related to the subject of addressing objections. What is the best way to properly manage objections? At what steps in the sales cycle are you likely to encounter objections? How do objections relate to closing? Is this an appropriate time to close the sale? What is the best way to properly manage objections? You must train yourself so that you never react to anything that you perceive to be an objection. Instead, you must respond calmly, in a non-defensive manner. Your number 1 priority is to get them all out. You must ask questions to qualify the objection or objections. Always do so in a sensitive and thoughtful manner. Never trivialize or dismiss an objection. Congratulate them for thinking of such a unique concern. Thank them for stating their concern. It is important that they spoke up. Always keep this in mind. The objections you should be most concerned about are the ones that are never revealed, because these are the ones that will prevent a sale from happening, and you will never know why or have a chance to turn them around. At what steps in the sales cycle are you likely to encounter objections? All the steps. How do objections relate to closing? Is this an appropriate time to close the sale? If the objection comes towards the end of the sales call or sales cycle, and all the necessary steps have been covered and enough information has been exchanged, then this could be a perfect time to close. You would use the sharp angle close, which sounds something like this. If I could answer that concern to your satisfaction, would we be able to proceed with the order? Many people are risk averse. They want and need perfect conditions to exist before taking action on anything. The greatest objections that you may have to overcome are your own. Excuses not to engage must be turned into reasons for advancement. As Samuel Johnson said, nothing will ever be attempted if all possible objections must first be overcome. There are rules for handling objections. Respond, don't react. Question: when a man spits in your face, what does he make you? Answer: wet. Don't panic. Handle objections calmly. Make sure it is an objection and not just an off-the-cuff comment. In some instances, the best response to an objection is a question like, I sense you are opposed to this, or is this a big concern, or how important is that to you? This helps you to determine exactly what you are facing and the level of significance. Get them all out in the open by asking, is there anything else? Keep asking this until there is nothing else. Avoid the temptation to answer each objection as it surfaces. It diffuses the customer, uncovers both false and real objections, and allows you to address them all at once rather than playing ping pong. Restate the objections in your own words. Paraphrase. To make certain that you clearly understand the objection, it would sound something like this. So if I understand you correctly, you are concerned with our ability to deliver the material in a timely manner and do so at a reasonable rate. Is that correct? Don't machine gun the client with responses. Respond to the objection in a manner that is sensitive. Answer the objection as if it is a special one that you have never heard before, even if it's the 1000th time. Say something like, I'm so glad you asked. Don't feel that you have to respond to all objections. Some objections aren't deserving of a response unless they are brought up a second time. People will test you, and sometimes the best reply is no reply. It's like silently saying, I'm not even going to dignify that comment with a response. Always be sure that the explanation is clearly understood and acceptable. Don't give up at the first sign of an objection. Stick it out and follow things through. That is what a true professional would do. Remember, an objection and rejection are two separate things. Learn from objections. Take them seriously, but have fun with them as well. Each encounter with an objection should strengthen you for the next one or a repeat performance. Every business that involves sales is subject to repetitive objections. These are referred to as common objections. Over time and through practice, these are the objections that become the easiest to address because you are accustomed to hearing them. Whether you are involved in sales training or you are new to your industry, these are the objections that should be documented along with appropriate responses. The list should be continually updated and improved for reference purposes. Responses to common objections should be studied to the point that you can be woken from a dead sleep with an answer.